Hello and welcome to this Civilec video, in which we'll demonstrate how to create a part with the touch profile function on our CT8 numerical controls. Okay, let's start by creating a new program, and then we'll launch the touch profile function. Before we can begin to draw our part, we must define its material and the tools we'll be using to bend it. For the material, each touch on the name will select the next available material from the list. The default thickness of the chosen material is displayed, but it is very easy to modify it. We will then choose the punch that we'll be using by touching here. The arrows will let you browse through the available tools. Let's quickly do the same for the die. We are now ready to begin drawing our part on the screen. Each touch creates a new segment, and we can easily create a basic profile. The following step consists of precisely defining each length and angle. For a segment's length, a touch in its center allows us to adjust its value. Let's quickly do the same for the other segment's lengths. For an angle, the process is pretty much the same. You just have to touch it. As you can see, the minus sign defines the direction of the angle from its origin. Okay, we now have a profile corresponding to what we want, and we must define the bending order by touching here. On this page, you can see a small drawing at the bottom which lets you see how the part will be bent and eventually change the bending order if needed. So, let's define the order of the bends as we want to execute them, say, like this. Once the last bend is defined, the screen switches to this page. Here we can see our part before and after each bend, and so we can adjust the gauging type and position if necessary by touching on these icons. For each sequence, you must then at least define the bending width by pressing here, and then enter the width of your part here. As you can see, many extra parameters are available for each sequence, such as back gauge retraction, dwell time, crowning, and so on. Our part is now completely programmed and ready to be bent as it is. To do that, we must simply come back to the first step and press the Start button. The back gauge moves into position and the button switches to OK when the machine is ready for the bend. The operator can now press the foot pedal to execute the first bend. If we plan to use this part program later in the future, we can also save it under a chosen number like this. Our demonstration is now complete. We hope you enjoyed it.